Padawans, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, Flow State Jedis. My name is Sumit Chatterjee. I'm a flow state specialist. Today we're talking all about how to show sexual intent without being creepy. Okay, this is a question that I get quite a bit. A lot of guys are worried about coming across as a pervert or creepy or, you know, assaultish, okay? Listen, man. First of all, you've got to get comfortable with your own sexual energy. You got to get comfortable with it. You can't keep associating sex with these different corrupt and infamous topics. You got to get rid of the dogma associated with your sexuality, with the cultural conditioning associated with your sexuality. The social conditioning is really what's fucking you up. Once you can remove the baggage, in a sense, of all of your past sexual history, which is tough to do, man. You know, it's not easy. Like, if it was easy, everybody would be a sex god, okay? It really comes down to what are you broadcasting to the world? Because there's verbal ways to broadcast things, and there's non-verbal. The way you tilt your head, the move her chair slightly closer to yours. These little mannerisms, these idiosyncrasies. You gotta get more into the present moment. You gotta find that moment. You gotta find the present moment. You gotta be present there with that sexual tension and be able to hold it. Oftentimes a woman is being very masculine around you. She wants you to prove your masculine essence. Can you step up to her challenge? She just throw you a random challenge, right? Random challenge out of nowhere. Oh, but you're not so like that, you know. It's how you respond that's gonna either turn her on or turn her off. Correct? Never say, no, I don't know what to tell you. You know, this is just... You always know what to say. You always know what to say. You got to be certain of yourself, man. You get what I mean? This has nothing to do with, like, signaling sexual intent. This has everything to do with your connection to your inner sacred sex bringer. That part of you has been cut off. It's been disconnected, it's been put into a cage, it's been shamed, it's been humiliated. So you need to awaken that giant within as a roaring
cock embodiment.
If you're under 18, you shouldn't be watching this video, first and foremost. Second, you guys can probably tell who I channeled last night, okay, with my energy today. I just can't help it. Like, I'm just oozing with sex appeal today. Just like,
Oozing.
There's no one fine-tuned formula for how not to be creepy, because how someone views you is completely dependent upon their own morals, their own ideas, their own beliefs, their own frames of the world, okay? So one person's creepy is another person's, oh, that's kind of cool, right? Consent is important. Modesty and being able to be sincere is really important. And I think it comes across as a vibe, right? It's not so much this heady, logical thing that you're trying to do. If you think how not to appear creepy, you're gonna be creepy. Because that's what you're focusing on. Your mind has created the image of creepy. You get what I'm saying? What do you think of when you think of creepy, right? Tiptoeing in my Jordans. It's not you. I don't think so, at least. You're not like stalking her in the middle of the night. You're not like going through each one of her posts, like, unless you're obsessed, unless you're working from a scarcity mindset. Okay, that scarcity mindset is gonna put you into this feeling that, oh, this one girl is the only one for me. It'll put you into that one-track mind of this one person, and that's fine if you found that person and you get along with that person. It's completely valid, okay? But are you there out of convenience? Or are you there out of true autonomy and ownership? Ownership of your life. And hey, your relationship is just a part of that. It's one of the instruments on your musical orchestra you gotta coordinate and conduct. You gotta conduct yourself like the sexual type of person. You know what I mean? You got to fuse with all of your senses. Your taste, your touch, your smell. That is going to come across in your sexual intent. Just in the flirtation and the banter. A lot of people get stuck in the friend zone because they're too friendly. You gotta be fun, playful, masculine, bro. What are you, creating like a list of pen pals that you can talk to? You're here to form some kind of genuine, you know, bond with this other person. Or maybe not even a bond, even if it's like a short fling, that's still a bond, okay? We have this idea that casual sex has to be casual and we treat them mean and keep them keen or whatever that mentality is. Some of the most casual interactions that I've had sexually with women have been very respectful, right? Just like we're both on the same page, you know, there's communication, there's trust. It's not this weird thing that we don't talk to each other and we don't look at our phones and we go like this whenever we look at each other in the public transport. Stop creating these invisible weird narratives for you that you've seen in movies and all this shit, right? Like, don't go based on the Hallmark approach to what love is, or what Disney said, or what Bollywood said, or what Hollywood said. One thing to understand, bro, is a lot of porn conditioning for us men makes us creepy, okay? And this isn't necessarily our fault. We've kind of been flung into this rabbit hole of kink and fetish and all of these different things that are so hypersexual, right? And as you get more testosterone, you just have this hypersexualization or this feeling of, you know, like, I want to do something with this energy. And that's why we work out. That's why we transmute that energy. That's why we work on building that essence and bringing it up through our body, our physical body, right? I'm not saying all of it is bad either, right? I'm just saying that if you're thinking that the way to get women using a porn mentality of like, bow chicka wow wow, you know? Look at these freaking storylines, bro, okay? I really hope there's no incest really going on out there. What? It's a taboo, right? It's more forbidden, and that's why we're more drawn to it. You're not the pizza delivery guy with your junk inside the pizza box, okay? You're not. You're an authentic human being having a interaction with another authentic human being, hopefully. Hopefully not artificially manufactured by Soylent. We can only keep our fingers crossed for that one. You got to create your own framework in this thing, and that's what I get so annoyed that, oh, polyamory is just an immature concept, you know? If you're very woke, you will actually find your twin flame. I don't even want to be around you. Those people are completely lost, you get that? They haven't been able to find that spark. I know people who have been in, you know, an open relationship, a poly relationship, a healthy monogamous relationship. I've seen relationships of all kinds as a counselor, as a positive psychologist, as a coach, as a healer, as a shaman. I could go on, okay? But these are just a list of titles. They don't mean shit. What you're really listening to is my soul transmitted through this screen as vocals, as voice that you can hear and see. So you download some of this essence into your beingness and use it. You're starting off wrong already if you're saying, am I being creepy? You're already wrong. You need to flip it to the opposite. What would the opposite of a creepy guy do? The anti-seductive qualities, what are the seductive qualities instead? Focus on those. Get better at those. Refine those like you're learning a musical instrument or a skill set. Get really good. Okay? If you're working with a technique, get really good at the technique. Refine it. Drill it. Alright, that's enough out of you. Actually, did you know I'm just totally... What? You want to start something, huh? Is that what you want? You want to start something? Quit it. You're boring me. Yawn. You're boring me. Be yawn. Say, okay? You know, if you weren't so damn cute, I would totally block this number right now. I'll let it slide for now, but later you owe me a drink. Get back to conversing. I was giving you some of these sexual playful examples. A very unique compliment about her that other men don't see. It can only be interpreted through your eyes and through your ears. You are the recording device of your own unique experience, and you see something in her that others don't. And that is the beauty of your unique rare breed quality mixing in with the sexuality and the sexual essence. So I love this visualization. I often do, where I imagine my sacral chakra energy, okay? If you don't know what the sacral chakra is, do some research. It's associated with your creativity and your sexuality, okay? It's right 2 inches like below the belly button area, kind of swivels around that area, right? So that lower dantian type of energy, that engine of sexual power and reservoir of power, That's got to permeate across in your environment. That's how people are going to feel your sexual aura as you walk into an environment. You actually envision this sacral orange smoke-like energy going and emanating across the environment to other people's sacral energy and attaching to other people's sacral. It's almost like Avatar, you've tapped in, right? With the hair thing. It's like I'm now connected with everybody else's sexual energy, and I feel that sense of like my chi forming within me, right? And I'm sending these vibes, these vibrations through my mannerisms, through my beingness, that they're going to transmit and understand and interpret through their own, feminine system and protocol.
Let me see, is he strong enough? Let me challenge him. I don't know. Is he able to handle me? Is he able to be fun, I don't really want that serious of a guy, but I want him to be very serious. I don't want him to be goofy. But also I want...
Right? She's looking for all of these different things. And if you're just able to be that container of space for her, because you see, the feminine energy is amplification energy, okay? So if she's in your life, it's actually going to be really good for you. But if your life is shitty and she amplifies that, it could be even more shitty, right? So it's dependent on your state. You got to be, as a man, very sharp and clean and strong. And therefore, she can then amplify your strength, amplify your power, amplify your energy, right? Because the feminine energy is there to amplify the masculine and vice versa. Right? So it's this dance, it's this Shiva Shakti union that's constantly happening, and then space created in between you two, and then a connectedness, and then space, and then connectedness. And it's this beautiful double helical dance, okay, with the masculine and feminine. For instance, if a woman is looking for a soul problem solver who takes immediate and swift correction and action, I can probably do that and pull that off, but that's not my natural style. We're so playful, use a little bit of charisma, a bit of carefree nature, that philosophical game, where you let her enter your world a little bit. It's like a slight chink in the armor. You're not showing all of your cards. You're not being 100% vulnerable, okay? You're not crying your eyes out. But it's a little chink of the armor that she sees that, oh my God, my conqueror, my champion, he just won. And he's crying, and I need to comfort him. That's a turn on. Oh my God, my man is, he just lost, and he was intimidated by even going into battle, and all of his friends made fun of him, and now he's kind of an outcast and a loner. Okay, that's kind of a turnoff for her. The sexuality, really the spark, comes from the Vajra, your life force energy, your vitality, your yang masculine essence. How can she be more feminine if you're not being masculine? You see what I'm saying? If you're getting more masculine women in your life, she's now taking on a role because you can't provide that role. You can't play that role. That's not the truth for all women, obviously, right? I'm not generalizing, but normally it creates a sense of discomfort to her survival and her genes. If you're promoting certain behaviors that you're demonstrating out into the physical world, you're insecure, you don't look after your health, okay, your finances are in the shitter, all of these things are going to matter in the long term. Why? Because they create moments in Vajra and powerful narrative energy. How are these, starving artists getting women who have no money? They are able to tap into a specific kind of frequency, and that is that flow state essence. You got to understand this frequency because you got to have that little bit of that edge, that rebellion, that Diogenes type of energy. Right? That can sit in confidence and say, you know what, sir? I think your wife likes me, okay? Or whatever he said. You can say anything in a sexual way. How would you say, excuse me, where's the washroom in a sexual way? Or restroom, or however you want to pronounce it, right? Whatever you want to call it. You can call it the crapper if you want. No tone, monotonous, kind of vague, bland, like everybody else. Excuse me, do you know where the washroom is? That's not sexual. What is the subtext, the sub-communication? What is underneath is just like, I'm looking for a pragmatic solution right now because I really need to pee. Okay, that's what's coming across. So how do we change this using your tonality, the body language, the mannerisms, like maybe slightly more open? Of course, if this is not your comfort zone, slightly exaggerate it. Play around with your character. Your character doesn't end where you say it ends. it actually has a lot of potential and possibility that you can still explore, okay? So make sure your body language is nice and open, okay? Because that's going to put you in your groundedness, in your lower basal chakras, your essence of manliness, right? Is going to ground you to the physical ground. You use logic to barricade past all of the noise and the subjectivity. She could be testing your prowess, she could be testing your intellect, she could be testing your aesthetics. But it's more so, do you have that self-trust and that self-assurance that I'm going to be fine? I don't need your approval. I'm going to be fine with or without you. But I choose to be with you because you like being around me. Obviously, you wouldn't be like this and ask someone for a washroom, but I'm just giving you an idea, right? Like, excuse me, do you know where the washroom is? She might actually get you to repeat yourself because it's too smooth, right? She might actually go, what? Excuse me? Sorry? But you keep to your tone and your pace. You guys know where the washroom is? Do you guys hear the difference between that one and the first one? Excuse me, do you know where the washroom is? Excuse me, do you know where the washroom is? Okay, what is different about it? It has this vibe to it, right? This kind of spicy quality to it that gives someone else in the theater play a chance to respond in a playful way. So if she responds in, oh yeah, yeah, it's over there. If she responds in a positive way, you continue. You might amplify that energy, just like she would amplify your energy. Okay? So, you have a nice smile, actually. It's very nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you. And you just leave. You go, and then maybe on the way out, you say something to her. It's just a very hypothetical scenario, right, that I just created. However, it's very, very powerful because these very mundane common things, how can you find the eroticism in the regular day-to-day stuff, really, right? And there's your real challenge, to have not a perverted mind, but a creative, imaginative mind, a fantastical mind that can pull through and weave through all of these different, concoctions. What BBA told us yesterday, BBA is one of our guides, each chakra point has a specific aspect of our lover archetype. Heart chakra is the lover, right? Throat chakra is the dirty talk, the communicator, in a sense, like how you speak while you're having sex. Then you have the third eye, the psychic lover, to read your partner, the intuition, in the moment, instinct, trusting your instincts fully type of thing, right? Then you have super conscious love, where you just tapped into higher consciousness together. But then you also have the sacral love, the playful, creative essence of like kind of maybe a little bit kinky, right? And then you have the rootedness, the kind of animalistic style of sex. And then you have, the solar plexus, which is much more so like looking at sex like a duty, like a warrior, like going for battle, right? And then getting the job done, making her orgasm. And these are different essences, different mentalities, right, that are coming across. This is how you want to basically embody that sex appeal. That you see all these stars, right? You turn on the TV and you see all these stars in movie people, they're doing things a very certain way. And then when you try to do it, it seems kind of goofy, right? Because it's just not you. Well, you got to find your sexual version of that. You got to do you. So you had to find your swagger. You got to find your style. You got to be a little bit explorative, okay? You got to be the savage shaman. And when you can do this, now it's time for a wrap-up. Let's give it everything we've got. Artificial amateurs, aren't it all amazing? Analytically, I assault, animate things. Broken barriers bounded by the bomb beat. So, all in all, it's a vibe, okay? You're creating a vibe. You're not so much trying to hyperextend yourself. You're not trying to stalk her. You're not being creepy. You're not putting your energy on a pedestal or her energy on a pedestal. It's just this pure human-to-human connection and interaction, right? Soul to soul, S to S. Like B2B, business to business, this is soul-to-soul communication that's happening. She doesn't read just your general essence. She reads the whole vibe. Who you're connected to, who's your tribe. First of all, she's judging herself based on society, right? Oh, what does society think of me? What does society want, right? Then she goes into friends and family, her close ones. Then you have something that is might be closer, right? Like a boyfriend, or yeah, just a lover, or just a deeper relationship, let's just say, right? And then finally, you have the high caliber savage shaman transcendent lover, where you transcend her from her usual world. She's doing a usual job, 9 to 5, going on with her life. Everything's kind of average, and then you come along like a swooping falcon, just like, caw, right? You come in and you're just like, whoa, she's just swooped into your world because you're so damn cool.
Because you're so damn cool.
You get what I'm saying? She's like, whoa, I haven't seen somebody, wow, that was actually really smooth. Have you ever had girls tell you that, right? Oh yeah, I bet it's smooth. Amplify, you play with it, you take it back a little bit. You don't give her all of it. This is what teasing is about, playing is about. Well, how do you say to someone, text me back in a non-creepy way? Just text me by this week or I'm gonna forget about you. Now that might not work for you, it works for my character. Okay? Hey, what's up with you? Where are you hiding? What's going on with you? Right? Call stuff out. When things are weird, call it out. Okay, notice that you've kind of been distant. Is everything good? And that's not some kind of seductive maneuver. It's just for you to get more clarity on what the fuck is going on in this conversation, so you can adapt it and formulate it to some sexual escalation, or to a place where you can actually build something from it. You've got to be the true authority of your life. You get what I mean? The true authority of your life. You can't have other people coming in and telling you like 500 different things to do. Now the issue becomes that you believe in that so much, and it's embedded in your DNA and your upbringing, that it's tough to detach from that sometimes, right? However, I would work with the acceptance of that hey, I'm given this deck of cards, I'm gonna play it to the best of my ability. Mastery is the skill set that all men can accomplish, okay? That's such an attractive quality. If you can gain mastery over a certain subject or a certain thing, you will be perceived the authority. That is such a powerful turn on for a woman. For her to know that her man has mastered a realm, mastered something, is good at something, and he not only solves her problems with the world's problems, okay? Think about this with amplification, or the good vibes emanating and making the other person feel safe. The protector, the provider, and the lover. You gotta be aware of what images you're creating in other people's minds. So if you're like, you know, I never let anything bad happen to you, right? You just want to be like, you know what? You have such a cute little feminine face that I just want to protect it. Like, I don't want anything to harm that innocence. Did you get that? If anything's getting in the way of that pureness and that beauty, you let me know. I'm gonna destroy them. I'm gonna demolish them. That's the savage shaman. The savage shaman isn't the one that goes, so, do you maybe have a Instagram? Do you post on there sometimes? That's creepy, bro. Because why? Because you're overextending. It's that extra cringe quality, right? It's like you're pushing air. It's like you're constipated. What are you doing? Why don't you just say that in a natural way? You do Instagram? Easy. Don't overcomplicate it, eh? I wonder what level of Newtonian physics I can use to trap this girl into my ensnaring trap, and therefore I will set up the right parameters. Get the fuck out of there. Tap into your natural instinct, your spidey senses, bro. Your spirituality. The essence of what makes you you, or what makes you a man. But yeah, man, you have the sexual essence by seeing things in a very unique spotlight. You use your verbal and your nonverbal. You exemplify that confidence, and that you control this frame of reality, in a sense. I've got this. You're safe with me. I have this under control. You don't have to worry about a thing. Of course, you're not saying those things, but that's what's coming across. Okay? The woman is looking to break you. Okay? She's looking to break you. See if she can break your armor really quickly. Are you gold or are you gold plated, bro? Are you who you say you are? If you are, you don't gotta worry. You're good. You won't feel like she's trying to catch you, or that you got put into a bad situation perhaps. Maybe it was just a bad circumstance in your past, right? That could be it too. And now you're latching onto that memory, and that's weighing you down. Literally, it's weighing you down, right? The memory is in your physical body. It's somatically attached, and it's weighing you down. That's why we need the healing work as men to actually, and if you need healing work, obviously, like, reach out to me, bro. I'll be here all week. This is one of my recent testimonials for the Flomo Sapien program. I really enjoyed it, reading through it. Thank you so much. And I hope you have an incredible day today. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Hit that like and subscribe button if you know what's good for you. If you know what's good for you, you'd press it.